All right, wonderful job. I'm glad you had fun with that stuff and, found things to be, successful. So I'm glad that approach is really working. Um, because of that, we're moving on to legato. So, like, anytime you got something like that you're working on, including future stuff that we do together, because there will be more challenging things like that, for sure. You know, use that method. You will use that method whenever really challenging rhythms happen. So, legato, hammer-ons, and pull-offs. So now we're really going to be focused on fretting hand control. Excuse me. So we're going to start with here on number one is you start with the hammer-ons, and then after you've completed those hammer-ons, you should have 3 fingers down. And then you're set up for the pull-offs. So when you're doing pull-offs, I looked at the notes I had from the initial video you sent where you went through all that skill evaluation stuff. And the hammer-ons, remember that was that went decent, but the pull-offs were done like a piano playing. So that's a very common thing people will do. So like instead of stuff like that, what people do is that instead. See how my fingers are all up and they're just kind of going down like that? Probably call it like piano playing. It's basically all hammer-ons from nothing. And with distortion, yeah, you can get sound to happen, but you're not going to be as fast, and the notes will not sound as good as when you do proper pull-offs. So it's a pull-off because you're literally pulling your finger, pulling it off the string. You can also think of it as a pluck off because you're plucking the string to perform the pull-off. See my fingers coming down. I'm exaggerating it right now to make it easier to see what's happening, but that's how you want to do your pull-offs. You are holding whatever note you pull off to. So in this case, I'm going to pull off from the 8 down to the 7. That 7 is held. And then we're pulling off from 7 to the 5. The 5 is held. So we set up for the pull-offs by doing the hammer-ons first, and then pick, pull off, pull off. And then do it again. Pick, hammer, hammer, pick, pluck the string with the fingers. And go down here and same idea. Pick, hammer, hammer, pick, pull off, pull off. Pick, hammer, hammer, pick, pull off, pull off. And then back up. Okay. Counting is optional for this. Picking, as we get more further down the old legato road, picking direction is not that important anymore. So I don't want you to lose what you have developed because we're going to be getting back into, alternate picking stuff again when we get into the 16th notes, which is next after we're done with the legato stuff. Then yes, we'll be hitting the 16th notes again, or 16th notes finally, starting with the chords to get that rhythm more solid, and then moving into the single string, single note picking again. But yeah, counting is optional. Foot tapping, still want to do that. Helps you lock into it all. And like 240 is a good cutoff point. Like if you hit 240 on this, you've definitely got it. You're welcome to go faster, but if you reach 240 for number 1 or number 2, Go ahead, send video in early. So if you're going to record at 240, just start recording. Send that in, and it'll also be good to demonstrate it at half speed as well. So like maybe demonstrate it at 240 as well as 120, just to make sure things sound good at the fast and like medium speed. And then if you don't reach 240, do the usual work it up in a video thing. This way I can hear and see as much as I need to make sure everything is going okay. So yeah, I know. Back to the pressure of playing it, but yeah, that upbeat stuff and the funky rhythms, that was a whole different thing. So anyway, let's get into it. Number 1, 60 beats per minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 120. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 180. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. If kind of botch that ending. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, and 240. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, number 2. So this is similar. So with this one, we're basically getting rid of that little break in the middle of the bar. So we're still setting up for the pull-offs by doing hammer-ons first, but we're going straight into the pull-off. So pick, hammer, hammer, pull, pull. And so same notes as before. Now we have a 3/4 time signature. 1, 2, 3. On 20, 1, 2, 3. One 80, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And 240. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. All right. That's another option if you want, just to kind of test things out. Because that's one of the drawbacks with having to do the video correspondence versus one-on-one. It's like one-on-one, we could do little testing things right away. So what I tend to do with people when starting new things like this is have them do what I call the testing speeds. And basically, you just start at 60, go up in 20s. So you can try that too. Go 60 to 240 in 20s if you can. If you can go 60 to 240 in 20s, definitely send video early to show that you already got it. But yeah, if you go 60 to 240 in 20s, then you don't need to work it up in 5s. You're done. You've already got it. So you try that for numbers 1 and 2. And if you can't get up to 240 correctly, that's okay. Then it is a good thing to work up. So yeah, give that a shot too. Not a bad thing to start with. In fact, it's a good thing to start with. And also, I'm glad you're feeling better with the picking as well. And you are on Patreon. So thank you for that. I don't know if we've talked about that yet. And I don't know if we've talked about the speed picking training. So just in case, hold on. This stuff. So I don't know if you've seen the post that has this yet. I'm going to give you a link to it just in case. But if in the time that you got, like spare time, if you want to start working on this now to push the picking faster, go ahead. Definitely do it. So it's, talks about how to use the program and using Guitar Pro for it and all that stuff. So yeah, for sure, go ahead and start working on going through this if you haven't already. And you can go ahead and start pushing that picking up faster and faster. So you need to consider this like some bonus stuff to work through. And if you do start working on this, send over videos of you like hitting each step at the whatever goal speed you want. So 180 is put in there because that's like the shred zone speed picking notes per second thing. But yeah, that's an option if you'd like to try that. And I'll be saying this in the email, but just to make sure the message does get through, I sent a group email to everyone about the last Thursday of November. I forgot that it's a holiday out here. So I'll be doing some family stuff at Thanksgiving on the last Thursday of November. And I was asking everyone, so either I can just change the invoice to show that I'm not going to be there that week, that Thursday, or if you'd like, if you can send things in a day early, so send it in like, instead of the 12 p.m. Thursday, my time, if you could do it Wednesday, 12 p.m., then we can still do something that week. If that's too short of time, or you'd rather, or maybe you got something going on, I don't know. I don't think Thanksgiving's out there, right? No, it's not. It's just out here. Of course I know that. But yeah, just like if you want to, and you can send things in a day early that week, we can still do a lesson then. If you're not able to, just let me know, and I will change the invoice to reflect I'm going to be gone that week. So there we go. All right, I think that covers it. Any questions come up, let me know, and I'll see you again in your new videos.